Sims and Amigos Virtual Artist. Today I'll be doing a just chatting stream. One second, let me pull up chat really quick. Hello everyone. I figured since it's been a couple weeks, I would start with some chatting for a little bit, and then later I was gonna play some more Portal. How's everyone doing this week? Yeah, I'm trying to think, what's been going on the past couple of weeks. I got some spring cleaning done. I've been kind of looking at, the home design side of YouTube recently. Nothing crazy, just kind of like thinking of ways I can switch up my room a little bit. Yeah, I like seeing like the tutorial videos because like they give like points that like I wouldn't think of usually. Some of the things they do is like they like explain like how to like place like wall art or like how to organize your furniture so it looks nice, like stuff like that. Another thing is I've been playing a lot of Tomodachi Life offline, I guess. I posted a couple pictures in the Discord server of some of the Miis I made with the face paint. There was a bit of a learning curve with the face paint. I wasn't sure how to use the advanced features at first, but there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube and social media about how to use it. And I also have one of those little phone stylus thingies to... Because at first I was using my finger, but it kind of smudges the screen when you do that, so I got one of those tiny like phone styluses. It's been pretty fun so far, like seeing all the different situations and stuff that you can get. I heard of Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, but I didn't play that one, so the Switch one is my first time playing it. Sorry if you hear a cat in the background. I don't know if the mic filter's gonna catch it or not. But yeah, I thought I would talk for maybe like about like 20-30 minutes. Just as like a refresher. 1 second. Yeah, so... I also saw the Sonic social media accounts. They've been doing like anniversary trend where like each month is a different era of Sonic, and of course this month was the 2000s era, and now they're going into the 90s era. I'm not too familiar with Tomodachi Life, but I hear it's fun. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those life sim games, like The Sims, but like it's more quirky. The Mii's kind of some of their stuff is predetermined, like when you make them, but some of it is stuff you pick. Like you can pick their clothes and words they say, and like little quirks that make them act different. But like stuff like their favorite food, you don't get to pick. It's predetermined. Although, I think adding the little quirk system was a good idea where, like you can have one be a big eater, or another one like farts randomly, or like one will like wave excitedly, or like things like that. Like I could see them adding a lot more of those if they ever do a DLC or something like that. I've been seeing like fan-made ones online, and there's a lot of cool ideas. So like the only thing with modern Nintendo games is sometimes I feel like even when they're in development for a long time, they feel kind of half-baked. Like, I don't feel like you're getting as much content as you used to. And I understand some of it's probably just like game development takes a long time, but like, because like some of these games like on the 3DS, it used to be like $20-$30 for like a whole game experience, and now you pay like $60, $70, $80 for like a game that's only half finished. Makes me feel old. Like back in my day, they had the whole game on the disc. Like I don't like I feel like there's a balance to be had. Like you don't want the game to like be drip fed the whole way through, but you also don't want to like publish a game and then just let it like sit there like doing nothing. Like it's hard to strike that balance, because if you add too much stuff, people are gonna get overwhelmed, but if you don't add enough, people are gonna play it for a month and then move on to the next thing. So I can understand why that's difficult. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I really hope it's not one of those games that they push out and then never add anything to it. Cause like I played Animal Crossing, or I've been playing Animal Crossing, like all of the Animal Crossings, and a lot of people say New Leaf is the best one besides the GameCube version, and I can definitely see why people say that. I feel like it's probably the beefiest one. Because in Animal Crossing New Leaf, it's the first game where you get to be like the mayor. Because in most Animal Crossing games, you start as the villager because you're a villager in a town of other animal villagers, but you're the human one. And then in New Leaf, they're like, what if you're the mayor? And then you get to add stuff to it, and it's really interesting because that was kind of like a big selling point at the time, but now that's kind of the default. But at the time, it was kind of like a big selling point. Another thing, that I remember being a big deal back when New Leaf got announced, because I was there when it got announced, is they actually made the villagers slightly taller and like let you change headgear and stuff, and like that was a big deal at the time. That they like slightly changed the design. But yeah, like New Leaf, some of the big stuff in that game was the public work projects where you could have like furniture outside, but only certain furniture, not like all of it. And you were like the mayor, but only one person could be the mayor, so if you had multiple people on your save file, they didn't get to have as much fun back then. And then one of the big things was going to Tortimer's Island, and you could get rare beetles there, especially during summer, that like sold for a lot of money. And you also had a bunch of like mini games you could play with your friends and stuff. I forget what else it had. There was like stuff in it that made it feel like you could play that game for actual years and like keep getting content from it. So, when New Horizons got announced, people were very excited, and it's a very mixed bag because they did add a lot of new stuff that wasn't in the franchise before, like the crafting, terraforming, outside furniture that's not just like a lighthouse, like actual outdoor builds. So there is a lot of good that the new game added, including I feel the DLC was actually pretty good. Like you have to play it like at least I'd say maybe about a month or two of content for DLC, which like it was pretty beefy. But some of the downsides with New Horizons compared to the previous games, which has been like what's the word? Been hammered into the ground, is the villagers lost a lot of their personality. They also have a lot of dialogue for things that's unique, but in very specific situations so that most people aren't going to see it. And I definitely think in a future game, whenever they make the next one, I would have a bigger pool for the common behaviors. So like when you're saying hi to them in the morning, or they're like outside reading a book or something, like have more dialogue for that, and scale back on the like shop specific ones, because most people, when they're going into the shops, they're not like, oh, let's go see if like if what is his name? Let's go see if Stitches, the bear, is in the shop. Like, most people are not doing that. They're just going in to get their clothes and then go back out. So I think for the next game, they should add more general dialogue. And I think Tomodachi Life, the Switch one, has a similar issue where the gameplay that you're seeing over and over again has the same two lines over and over. And then the less common events have multiple ones, but you have to wait longer for those to appear. I feel like constructive criticism wise, I feel like it should be more like, there's this Jackbox game called Joke Boat, and that game also gets bashed for being repetitive, but what I like about that, it's kind of like Mad Libs, where they give you a prompt and you fill in the blank. And I feel like for Tomodachi Life, they could have more of that in the future, like have a couple of prompts and then the player fills in the line, which is what they do, but they only have like 2 prompts. And I think they should have, because the fill in the blank is very good. Like, they give you the option between like a person, a thing, activity. That's good, but they need more prompts, because it'll be like, oh, you're moving in? Yeah, let's say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The prompt. And then they just say that every single time someone wants to move in together. And it's like that kind of thing makes the game feel not finished. Always been meaning to get into Animal Crossing. Guess I should start with New Leaf though. Yeah, I would definitely say, for beginner, New Leaf is probably the best to start with. Unless you already have the Switch version, which is more popular, but, as someone who's been playing, like, I've literally played all of them since the GameCube, including the spin-offs. The GameCube, I really like the GameCube one, but it's not like modern gaming. Like, you have to accept what kind of game it is before you play it. And I don't mean that as an insult, it's just, like, each Animal Crossing kind of has its own flavor. So, like, if I was saying to a beginner, the most popular one, not the most popular, the most widely liked one is New Leaf. The most popular one is New Horizons, because it's on the Switch. And then the most beloved one is the GameCube one. But it's gonna depend on what you want from the game. Like, if you want decorating, New Horizons for sure. If you want, like, longest gameplay, I would say New Leaf. And if you want, like, the sassy villagers that, like, everyone thinks is hilarious, then the GameCube one is the way to go. Like, it always reminds me of, like, Pokemon with, like, Gary and the rivals, and how, like, they've been getting softer over the years, and people are like, I want a jerk rival. That's what it kind of reminds me of. like a lot of modern games, like Nintendo games, like people get mad that the game isn't a jerk to you enough. Like they want the range between like nice and mean because when everyone's the same amount of nice, it just feels like kind of dull. So like people like having like mean and sassy ones and then nice ones. I have some experience with that. I remember as a kid, like I didn't like the night clerk at the mail office in the game. Cause she was like the type of like retail worker to hate her job, and she's like, "Get the fuck out of here! I don't want to talk to you." And I thought it was really funny. And then the daytime mail delivery lady is just all like polite, like Isabel. No. Oh yeah, I guess that keeps things interesting. Yeah. Another complaint I've seen about Tomodachi Life, the Switch Living the Dream one, is the Miis don't fight enough. I've been playing it since the launch day, and I've only seen one fight, and it wasn't the actual fight, it was like the fallout of the fight. But I did like if your Miis get in a fight, which is it's not very common, it's like somewhat common. If they fight, their happiness meter will change to a sadness meter, and you have to like cheer them up, and I like that. Like that caught me off guard. So like, cause I do feel like if they do patch the game, I feel like they should increase it, not like a lot, not so that they're like constantly fighting, but just increase it a little bit so people can actually see it, because people have been playing for like at least 2 weeks, and like almost no one has been seeing this whole like part of the game, you know? I do like the customization aspect, but I feel like it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, it's good if you're creative, but I think a lot of people like feel like the games are half-baked because they give all the creativity to the player, and it makes them feel like that the developers aren't adding enough from themselves. That they're just like, oh, we don't know how to do it, so you do it. Like, that's kind of the vibe people are getting. And I can understand why, because like I'm an artist, so like I enjoy like spending like 2 hours in the editor adding everything. But I'm just kind of afraid this game is gonna fall into the same thing with New Horizons, because I loved that game for like 2 months, and once you finish the like main story and like terraform everything, it gets very boring. Like, and I'm kind of worried the same thing's gonna happen with Tomodachi Life, that once you unlock everything, or not like everything, but like the core things, that it gets boring. But I can't say for sure yet. I'm having we need more conflict for our Miis. Like, it's funny, cause like when I was a kid, when I saw the Miis the first time, this is back when like it was just the Miis and Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and that was it. And I really loved those games. I loved Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. We used to play it a lot. And I remember watching those games and like seeing them like play all these games around the island. And even back then I'm like they should make a game where the Miis are like Animal Crossing in a city, and they're all like interacting with each other. And then years later I found out they did make that game. It's called Tomodachi Collection and Tomodachi Life. But I didn't realize until like way later that that was ever a thing. So like for the smartphone, they used to have an app called Miitomo, and I actually played that when it was only up for like a year or two. And I really enjoyed it, cause like even before like VTubers were a thing, I liked using my Mii as like a representation. So I liked Miitomo like decorating Like they had like different outfits and you could take pictures for social media and stuff like that. I also was on Miiverse during the Wii U era, and that was pretty fun. Like everyone complains about Nintendo YouTube, but it's like, man, I miss Miiverse. It was just like, it was its own thing for sure. But yeah, like that's why, like, at first, like, I was kind of, like, upset that they said it was, like, a 7 out of 10 game, but, I think it's good. I think it depends on, like, what kind of gamer you are. Like, if you speedrun the game, you're gonna regret it. Like, it's not the game that you play in, like, 10-hour bursts kind of thing. Would be a good reason to use my Switch again. Yes, exactly. Cause like, I had gotten really hyped for Animal Crossing, 3.0. Animal Crossing 3.0. I hyped myself up for months about it. And I was like replaying the game and everything. Only to find out when it came out, there's literally like 1 week of content. Cause like with 2.0 update, this is like a year after the game came out, they added like the roost, like the cafe, like the port I think they added, like all these like new things, right? Like they added a shit ton of stuff in 2.0. So when you hear 3.0, you're like, oh wow, they must add a lot, right? But they don't. They add the hotel. What was it? They like add the hotel, and what was the other thing? There was like one other thing. And like a couple items. And like, I honestly don't remember what else was in it. Oh right, the Dream Islands, right. See, the thing that kills the hype with the Dream Island thing, you need Nintendo Online to use them. And that instantly killed the hype. Because what that means is not only do you need online to make them, but if you want to access them again, you need to have online. So if you don't want to keep buying online, you lose access, and that just killed the hype for me. Because I mostly play Animal Crossing as an offline game, even though it has online. I'm almost always playing it like offline, so like forcing people to have online just to use that just killed the hype for me instantly. It's like the monkey paw, it's like Animal Crossing gets an update after 4 years, but it only has 1 week of content. Like, jeez. I'm not even like trying to complain, it's just that like I enjoy the game and I want there to be more to do. But like, yeah, I hate it when games do that. Cause like, that was probably my own fault because, not completely, but like, I guess, so usually what happens in the past with Nintendo updates is the way they used to do, they'd be like, here's 1 or 2 things in the update for the trailer, and then you would play the game, there's like 10 other things in the update. For this update, there's like 2 things in the trailer and you're like, oh, I wonder what else is gonna be in the update, and it's fucking nothing! Everything you see in the like 1 to 2 minute trailer, that's everything. It's just the hotel and the Slumber Islands and like nothing else. Okay, bulk crafting. That's good. 4 years too late though. No, not that no one's playing the game anymore, but like where was that during COVID, you know? Like, I do like Animal Crossing, like, I'm not nitpicking, but like, because when you have an update like that and you hype it up, you're supposed to be getting people to play the game again, but I felt like I got more content decorating my town waiting for the update than during the actual update. So like, yeah. I definitely feel like modern Nintendo like has this issue where they take like 5 to 7 years, like 8 years, 10 years to make a game, they hype it up, and then you play the actual game and it's mid. Like, I don't want to agree with the antis, but like they really need, I don't know, like if they need better quality control. It's like, please, if you're gonna take 10 years to make a fucking game, at least have it be good. Cause like, that's my problem with like modern gaming, is like, I understand like gaming, like the graphics are better, development takes forever, everything needs to be open world and battle pass and stuff, but like, when I was a kid, if a game sucked, by next year there was another fucking game to buy. Like, if you didn't like a game, you would just wait a year and another game came out. These days, if you don't like a game, you're waiting 10 fucking years for the next game. But like the problem I have with Nintendo, specifically during like late Switch 1, early Switch 2, is they're charging more money for their games, but they're not adding more content. So it's basically like shrinkflation, but for video games. You're paying more for less content, and I don't like that. Because like gaming is already kind of like a luxury thing, and they're just making it worse by like, we're gonna charge $80 for Mario Kart for a Mario Kart that everyone just wants to play 8 forever. Like, I'm not even a Mario Kart fan, and I'm just like that sucks for them. Like, they waited like 10 years for this game just for people to go back and play 8 again. Cause like I don't think we realized how good we had it, cause like Animal Crossing, did it come out in 2004? I don't remember when the GameCube one came out, but then like a year or two later we had Wild World, and then like 3 years later was the Wii one, and then like 4 or 5 years later was the 3DS one, and back then that was a long time. Now we wait like 10 years for a game, it drops, everyone plays it for like 2 months, and then they wait 10 years for the next one. It's just like, I don't know, like it's frustrating because like, I don't know, like I don't know like how they're gonna fix this. Like, it's just been kind of like an awkward situation, because like I've been a Nintendo fan for like most of my life, because I've always had like Nintendo consoles. And I used to enjoy like occasionally playing something outside of my scope. And with the way things have been during like the Switch 1 and Switch 2 era, like I never get to play anything outside my scope because they never go on sale anymore. And I can't like justify paying $60 for a game if it's only gonna have like 5 hours of content. Just like modern gaming woes. Stream. But like, cause that's the thing, like if it's a Steam game, I could be like, oh, it's really great, just wait until it goes on sale a little bit and pick it up. But with Nintendo, it's like, if you buy it now, it's gonna be the same price. If you buy it in 5 years, it's gonna be the same price. So really, it's just up to the person at that point if they want to pay $70 now or $70 later. Pretty much why I couldn't see myself getting a Switch 2. Really sucks, TBH. Yeah. Like, I don't want to put it off the wrong way. I've been having a great time with Tomodachi Life. Like, it's hilarious. I have so many screenshots. But Nintendo won't let you share the screenshots natively, so that kind of defeats the purpose. But I guess it's kind of worth it just to have it like uncensored. Like, it's really funny to put like stupid shit in there and like have them say it, but yeah, like sales, like Nintendo fans don't realize until they get another console. Cause like I used to have a PS4, and then I like stopped playing it, and I went to someone else's house who had a PS5, and I'm just looking at the Sony sale, and it'll be like, Crash Bandicoot, normally $60, on sale for like $5, and you're like, what the fuck, man? It's like Nintendo, it's like that meme where it's like, Mario is like, pay me $70, or it's like, Mario, buy my game, yes, Mario, it's like, give me $70, no, Mario. It do be like that. Like, God, the best sale you can expect on a Nintendo first party is like 40 bucks. Not 40, no. $42 is the deepest you're gonna get with Nintendo on a like 8-year-old game. It's like becoming adult is realizing you have more money to buy games just to realize that you've been priced out of the market because of AI and GPU cost and video game inflation. And it's funny, it's like as a kid you would have like 5 games and you'd play the shit out of those games, and I could finally buy more video games, and I'm doing the same thing, playing the same 5 games. It's like we've come full circle. But thankfully I don't mind doing that. It just sucks because like I would love to be able to give more games a chance like on the Nintendo platform. Because I've been having fun doing that with indie games. Like I just wait until they're on a good price. And then I pick them up and play them. Like I wish I could do that with more Nintendo games that like... I don't know, like... It just feels weird, like these games have been sitting on shelves for like a decade, but God forbid you put them lower than $60. Being a Nintendo fan. Remember when they used to be the cheap one? I remember. What else? What else? Pretty sure back when I got Breath of the Wild, I waited forever for a sale. They brought it down like $5, and I'm like, well, best I'm gonna get. Exactly. Like, it's great for resellers, but you know, or like flippers, like it's great for them, but like, it's just like with the Pokemon, like, card game thing, where we've become so obsessed with it being like an investment piece that people can't play the game anymore. And I feel like the same thing with video games, like we're so concerned about like reselling it at full price that a lot of people that want to play these games can't do it anymore, and it's just... Like, I would love to play, what's one of those games that I wanted to play that I didn't play? Kirby. Like, I used to have the Wii collection, the anniversary collection of Kirby. I don't know the price off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure at retail it was probably like 50-60 bucks for like 10 games. And now you want to buy a port of a Wii U game, or sorry, a port of a Wii game that's like 5 years old, that's from a 15-year-old game. So it's like 20 years combined. And you're gonna be paying $60, baby, for a port of an old game. Like, I guarantee you could probably buy the fucking Wii version cheaper. And it'd be one thing if they like added stuff, like at least Bowser's Fury is new, right? But a lot of these ports, they just port it over, be like, that'll be 70 bucks. And there's nothing in it. It's like just an upscaled port. Gaming ain't what it used to be. Yeah, like, that's why I'm trying to support more indie people, because like, don't you think it's kind of ridiculous that like these indie developers are like making this stuff by themselves and they still put their stuff on sale, but the giant company that makes $1 billion is like, no, you're not getting a sale from. Like I've pre-ordered a couple indie games before just because, like, I liked their pitch and I'm like, I'm gonna give you a shot, you know? And then they get tilted when people decide to turn to emulation. That's why they're trying to get rid of emulation, because people are realizing that, like, they'd rather just pirate than pay $60. I don't know, like, another thing is that they shut down the 3DS eShop. Like, I would say maybe like 2 to 3 years after they stopped. Okay, maybe not 2 to 3 years, maybe like 5 years. And I think it's funny because if they had kept the 3DS eShop open for like another 5 years, they would have had so many people coming back to buy their games. But I guess the cost of the servers, they're like, do you want more money? It's like, no, I'm gonna shut these down. Like, I swear to God, I think the Xbox 360 eShop was up longer than the 3DS one. Yeah. Oh man, I've been watching too many rant videos. Cause like, I've had the Switch since like 2017, right? The Switch 1. I've had it for like almost 10 years at this point. You know how many first party games I have, not including indie, not including third party or second party, like just first party? I can tell you, cause I have like maybe 10 or 15 of them total for 10 years. Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Animal Crossing, Tomodachi Life, no, Mori's indie. No, not Mori. Mario Kart. Can't count Sonic Kart. Sonic Kart is not first party. What else? Nintendo Online. Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. And that's it. Oh, and a couple Pokemon, yeah. But that's literally it. Like, I've had the Switch for like 10 years. And because the games never go on sale, it's like Mario, like a Mario or 2, a Zelda, some Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, and like that's it. Like, I never like got to play the other ones. Don't know what to do with my 3DS now. I can tell you, I know what people are buying them for, and it's not to legally purchase third reseller games. But for me personally, I actually do usually buy my games. Not always, but usually, just because I'm kind of old-fashioned and I get paranoid about like my save data getting messed up, so I like having the actual game when I can. But obviously, with how resale prices are, there's some games that I want to play that I'm probably never gonna play just because they're like $200. But like, what I'm trying to say is that like this whole situation, it makes it even harder for like new fans and like devs and like everything, because if games are really expensive and people can't afford them, they're not gonna like give that new game a chance. They're not gonna go out of their comfort zones when they can't afford to. And like, I feel like it was happening in the Switch 1 era, but like things were going so good that no one wanted to like stir the pot. But then when the Switch 2 stuff came out, that's when people like reached their breaking point and they were like, we can't do this anymore. Like there's like this gap in the market that used to be where Nintendo was at. Like Nintendo is trying to become like Apple or Disney. And it just sucks because like sometimes I wonder, like, if Nintendo was priced like this when I was a kid, I probably would have never gotten into gaming. And I just think about like the next generation of gamers, like they're probably just gonna play like phone games and gacha games because they can't get Nintendo no more, you know? So like, like, when I say these things, like, I'm not saying it from, like, a hater perspective, where they're like, I'm never gonna buy Nintendo again, just get a PC, da-da-da-da-da. Pirate everything, whatever they say, you know, right? Like, I'm not saying that. It's coming from, like, a perspective of, like, a fan that does constructive criticism. Like, what, like, if something I like is doing shitty, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you do you. I'm gonna be like, no, you can do better than this, you know? Like, I think either extreme, like, toxic negativity or toxic positivity isn't good. Because if everything's positive, there's no room to grow, and if everything's negative, there's no room to, like, make mistakes. They either don't realize or don't care how much the cost of living is now. Can't buy our stuff as much when we need that money for other stuff. Yeah, yeah. Because, like, I bought Sonic Racing, but, like, I bought it because it was on sale. And I knew that I was gonna play it for a while, because it's like a kart racer, you can play those over and over again. But the last time I bought a Sonic game at launch, even though I'm a big Sonic fan, was Sonic Forces. And that was like almost 10 years ago. And it's not that I didn't want to, like, I want to play Shadow Gens, I have Sonic Frontiers. But I didn't buy them at launch because I didn't have the money to, and I had to focus on other things. But yeah, like, I feel like the internet, like, often goes to extremes, where you either love something or hate something, and I feel like it's unhealthy to be at either extreme. Like, I don't know, like, I think... Like, it's easy to fall into, like, everything's bad. And there's some days when I feel that way, but, like, I try my best not to fall into that. Cause, like, it's so easy to, like, make a rant account, just be like, oh, everything says this and that. Like, even today, like, I didn't mean to go on this whole spiel. But... at the same time, I think people should be able to talk about these things. Because if no one says anything, nothing's gonna change, right? Because, like, I was in Nintendo subreddits during the Switch 1 era. I followed all those Nintendo YouTubers. And it was fun when things were going good, right? You're like, oh wow, Nintendo's great, da 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 da. And then everyone in the subreddit's like, yeah, Nintendo's great, da 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 da. But then whenever someone would say, like, you know, this practice isn't good, the Joy-Con drift, they got sued for that. Or people will be like, I don't think a Joy-Con should be $80. And things like that. And they would just get shut down. They'd be like, no. They'd be like, no, you pay $80, what are you broke? They'd be like, no, drift skill issue, da 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 da. You know, like, people would just shoot it down. They'd be like, oh, you're just saying that to complain. Oh, you're just a hater. And lo and behold, Switch 2 launched and everything got worse because people weren't allowed to disagree. But yeah, yeah. Cause like, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I've been in fandoms where, like, it would just keep going downhill and I would just keep getting angry about it. And instead of leaving, I would just keep ranting about the same thing over and over. And eventually I learned, like, give it like a year or so, and if it's not changing, then it's probably time to go to a different fandom and do something else until they get their shit together. But it took me a while to learn that lesson. Cause like when I was growing up, like, especially like the 2010s internet, like, it was very popular to hate on things. So like, I was always kind of like afraid of like falling into that because I've seen how those channels go. Like, there was literally a guy called I Hate Everything, and he was hilarious, but like, literally his whole channel is just him saying, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, and he's kind of pigeonholed into this role where he's not allowed to like things. Or like the angry reviewers where like it started out as a joke but then became serious, and you have these people screaming about how SpongeBob and like Sonic Free Riders is like the worst thing ever. And that's why like I kind of hesitated to do that, because I can get into a good rant. I've done it before. Just ask me how I feel about Joker 2. Joker Duval or whatever it's called. That was probably the biggest rage bait movie ever, and I fell for it. Oh my god. Okay, I'll go into a tangent really quick about Joker 2. Because, I'm a DC fan. I grew up on Cartoon Network and Kids WB, and what do they show on those networks? DC, because they own both of those things. But yeah, so I liked Joker 1. I like Batman. Batman's one of my favorite franchises. Like, I like Batman animated series, I like Batman Telltale, I like the movies, I like, the Tim Burton Batman, I also like Tim Burton Batman. And, so I heard about Joker 2, and I heard that Harley Quinn was gonna be in it, and I like Harley Quinn as a character. I really like, Batman the Animated Series, so I wanted to see a live-action Harley Quinn, right? So, no, it gets better, it gets better. So I hear, around the rumor circuit, I hear all these reviewers are like, yeah, this movie kinda sucks, yeah, it really sucks. And I'm like, see, here's the thing. I've been following the DC fandom for decades, and every time a new DC movie came out after Batman, they would be like, wow, this sucks, wow, this mid, this sucks, right? So I'm like, well, I liked this previous movie, and they said that sucked. So I'm like, okay, it's just reviewers being reviewers, right? I'm like, maybe it has some flaws, but it's not that bad, right? And I hear the reviewers, everyone is saying it sucks. So, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Go into the theater. Like 2 minutes before the movie comes on, my friend is like, you know this movie has like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, right? And I'm like, oh fuck. And for some reason, like, when I heard that, I'm like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? And I went and tried to give it a chance. Oh my god. That is the worst movie I finished in a theater ever. And there's a lot of reasons why. Oh my god, like, I've sat through The Good Dinosaur, I've sat through Freebirds, even though it's, like, ironic to like it now. I sat through, I sat through Sausage Party, I've sat through a lot of crappy animated movies, right? There's been a couple movies that were so bad, I've walked out. Like, one of the Jurassic World sequels, I walked out because it just was going on and on and on and nothing was happening, and I'm like, I'm done. Oh, yes. So here's why though, right? I like Joker 1. I like Harley Quinn. I like musicals. I like Gritty Batman. I like all these things. And it fails on every front. It's not a good Harley Quinn. It's not a good Joker. It's not a good sequel. It's not good DC. It's not a good musical. It fails at all of those things. Oh man, forgot about Sausage Party. Oh yeah. But yeah. So, I was trying to give it a chance like in the first half. And spoilers for Joker 2. Not only is it like heavily depressing and repetitive and a middle finger to anyone who liked the first movie, but the movie ends with him being in prison, getting stabbed to death by a random dude, and it hangs on his dead body, open eyes for like a full minute before rolling to credits, and that's how it ends. And apparently, I didn't find out until I looked it up online after. Apparently the dude that stabbed him, like, is the real Joker or some bullshit like that, and I'm just like, from my POV, I'm just like, what? He just got shanked and the movie's over and that's it? And like, oh my god, like, I was fuming that day when I saw that movie. I was so offended. I fell for the rage bait. Cause they're like, oh, the director did it on purpose because he didn't want to make the movie. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no. Like, I swear, if someone is in like 10 years is like, oh my god, that was actually a good movie because it was subversive, it's like, no, it's like The Last Jedi all over again. Just because a movie is subversive does not make it good. Like, I love me a good subversion, but like not when it's just as like a middle finger to the fan base, you know? But yeah, I would say that movie is peak rage bait, and I got rage baited. I didn't even want to rewatch it when it came to streaming, like it was that bad. I didn't even want to rewatch it. Cause like, not only did they try doing the whole like reductive thing where they're like, oh, he's a murderer because he has mental illness and he has dissociative identity disorder and all this stuff, like they're trying, like, I hate that trope so much where they're like, oh, they're mentally ill so they want to hurt people. Like, I hate that trope. Like, yes, obviously there's cases where that happens, but like, I hate when they make it a caricature. Because it makes it harder for the people that have those conditions that aren't like that, you know? Like, it's just bad script writing where they're like, oh, this person's different, so they're bad. Like, I hate when they do that. Like, oh my god. But yeah, so... yeah. But yeah, Joker 2, it's a bad movie, it's a bad DC movie, bad Joker movie, bad Batman. It's just not a good movie, period. Like, I think before that, like, one of my least favorite was The Good Dinosaur. Because that was back when Pixar, like, every movie they made was good. And before that point, I went and saw The Good Dinosaur because I'm like, oh, it's Pixar, that means it's good, right? And I learned the hard way, like years before everyone else did, that just because it's a good studio doesn't mean it's a good movie. But yeah, I feel like it's harder to talk about something that's good, like, I'm still learning like how to say something is good without just saying it's good. It's actually, like it's harder than you would think. Good Dinosaur is that bad though? It's not... subjectively, I would say yes, but it's more, like, I would say below average. If it came from, like... God, I'm good. If it came from, like, DreamWorks, I'd be like, oh yeah, DreamWorks putting out a mid-movie. Haven't seen that before. But when it's Pixar, you're like, Pixar putting out a mid-movie. I mean, now they do it all the time, but I'm saying, like, 10, 15 years ago, they were putting out, like, hit after hit, you know? Like, I think that's what it is, like, if you see, like, a really good movie, and then they follow it up with a really bad movie, you just get, like, an even worse taste in your mouth, because you're like, what happened? The last one was so good! Like, Wonder Woman, I liked the first Wonder Woman movie, and then we saw the second one, and it was so bad. Like, that's the kind of thing I mean where, like, Like, if it's just a bad movie, you're like, eh, it's a bad movie. But if it's a bad sequel or, like, a bad, like, continuation, you're like, dang, man. But, yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up for now. Thanks for listening to me vent about video games and movies. I'll be back later to play Portal. But, yeah, I'm about to wrap up. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Alright, okay. Sen, no. Let's, bye!